Meltdown in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, what the? Oh,
Well
got
done.
the race with frickin' King 8. That's just so sick. They'd have no concept of poker.
Phil Hellmuth, a name carved into poker history. 17 World Series of Poker bracelets, millions in winnings, and a reputation louder than any chip stack. Love him or hate him, you'll feel it when Phil's at the table. But it's not just the titles that make him famous, it's the tantrums, the tirades, the moments where his ego melts down under the spotlight. He's not just a champion, he's the Poker Brat. And if you came here to see him snap, shout, and self-destruct, well, you're in the right seat. Because in this video, we're bringing you the wildest, loudest, most legendary Hellmuth blow-ups ever caught on camera. And it all starts with one hand, Hellmuth versus board.
But Phil's not going to let him get away with this.
I'll check.
Classic Phil Hellmuth. Blind check.
Board catches an ace. And he bets 12,000.
Okay.
Call.
Check.
Back.
I mean, I don't love my hair right now.
We have ignition.
That's 7,000 on the.
He should have let it go. Instead, Phil went nuclear. It was a quiet table until James Board decided to float Phil down to the river. Phil had ace high. He made a big bet. Board called down with a jack high. No pair, no draw, just vibes. And when it worked, Board flips over his hand and Phil sees it. Ace 9, boom. Phil launches out of his chair, steam practically coming out of his ears.
I learned from the best, Tom DeWan.
This really? I mean, why? Like, how?
I can't believe I missed the bet on the river. What kind of am I?
He's gonna try to bluff Phil Hellmuth? I'm expecting him to try to bluff me.
And just like that, the Poker Brat is fully activated. And we're only getting started.
Dragomir takes the lead with a pair of tens.
Check.
Dragomir with top pair.
Dragomir bets 300,000.
This idiot guy over here.
That was uncalled for.
Just a crazy guy trying to go broke.
You put
Phil shows the ace
255
king.
in. He put in like only 150.
This is where poker stops being polite. Phil opens strong, raising pre-flop with king-queen suited, a hand that says, let's play serious. Dragomir doesn't care. He peels back 10-4 offsuit, junk, then calls like he's got aces. The flop lands rough. Dragomir pairs his 4. Phil doesn't slow down, he bets again, leaning into the pressure. Dragomir hangs on. The turn and river bring no rescue for Phil, but Dragomir, he's clinging to bottom pair like it's gold. The final pot is chunky. Dragomir shows the bluff catcher and Phil sees it. Just watch what he does.
Phil is stunned.
That was worth the price of admission.
And everybody gangs up on Phil.
This is how I lose my money to some idiot.
I show ace king and fold.
He's now said idiot 2 times too many.
This is the state of poker. The guy is the worst player in history, and they're cheering. You are an idiot.
4 times.
Did you see what this idiot just did?
5.
Man,
He played with a 10-4, Mike.
I had enough of that. You are an idiot. Come on, what is this?
Dragomir fighting back.
What is this?
I apologize, but I don't like the way you play poker. That's all.
Whatever.
It's poker. It's poker.
To you, it's poker, man. To me, this is my life.
Some players take beats quietly. Phil turns them into theater. But up next, he's not up against the call he hates. He's up against a player who he just can't read.
Casino, which was 18 and up, and he would head down there frequently. Play some poker. Oh, and a jack on the turn.
1,500.
In this one, Phil picks up ace-king. Black suites, great position. The kind of hand that makes you feel like the table's already yours. So he plays it cool, slow, confident. Classic Hellmuth setup. But Nick Wright, he's holding 10-5 of diamonds, a hand most players wouldn't even touch. Then the flop hits. 10, another 10, then a 5. Boom, top, full house. Phil has no idea. He plays it like he's laying a trap. Bet strong, tries to look casual. Right just calls. Calm, quiet, letting Phil build the pot himself. By the river, nothing changes. Phil's still sitting on air, but he goes all in anyway, fully convinced he's got this locked up tight. Right calls, shows the monster, and Phil.
Ooh, he's up.
Motherfucker, 10-6 off, so you're calling me down with ace high. What the is going on here? I mean, if a 6 comes, he makes nothing.
He's winning.
I mean, this is just insane. This is a mockery of poker.
If I were a Sour Patch
600
Kid
total.
right about now, I'd be pretty nervous.
Mockery, man.
This wasn't just a loss, it was a masterclass in getting owned.
Maybe we want to go bigger, but okay.
Paired flop. He's in good shape here against King 9.
Looks like he's coming with the call. Seems very reasonable. King 9, Jack of Diamonds position. For Hellmuth, I think we just sort of have to muck. We don't love it, but we're just kind of guessing. Comes with a snap call. Let's see how he...
Checky, 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 checky.
Getting stubborn plus a checky, 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 so...
Anytime Phil and Daniel Negreanu share a table, the pot doesn't need to be big, but the egos sure as hell are. And in this hand, it's not the chips that set Phil off. It's the way Negreanu plays him. Phil bets pre-flop, then again on the flop. Negreanu calls with just King 9. No pair, no draw, just pure confidence. Phil fires again on the turn, trying to shake him off. Daniel still doesn't budge. The river comes, nothing changes. Phil checks, Daniel checks back, and then he turns it over. King high, just King high.
For next.
Ace high.
Take it. Here we go.
Idiot.
Oh, there's a
An idiot.
my
I got
God.
an idiot. All right, we got idiot.
Oh, baby.
Lift off. King 9 diamonds is my lucky hand. Twice. It's ridiculous. How like you're gonna you think you're gonna bluff. Yeah, good play. Philly, so lucky. I think I'll call 2100 with King 9, and then I'll call 2100 on the flop to float Phil, because he won't see that coming.
It wasn't the result, it was the disrespect. In Phil's world, that wasn't just a bad call, it was a personal insult. And Daniel, he's not done, because in the next hand, he'll crack Phil's patience wide open.
This really could be it.
4000.
Meaning just it's going in at some point. The slow play here from Negs, I'm not.
Check.
That's the thing, maybe, like...
If the King 9 hand tilted Phil, this next one sent him into orbit. He's still fuming, trying to recover his composure like everything's fine. But Daniel, he's smirking, calm, confident. He's not just playing the cards, he's playing Phil. They're not even in a hand, and yet the tension builds like a coiled spring. Phil tries to laugh it off, muttering about how he'll bounce back, about how Daniel's plays are reckless. But every word feels like he's trying to convince himself more than anybody else. The table's quiet, the pressure's real, and Phil, talking to no one, wrestling with the injustice of it all. Then right as the silence starts to sting, he explodes.
Main reactor is...
You know, you might win this fucking match, but I'll tell you what, I hate the way you played. What the putting 3,700 in against with 4-6 against? I put 2,200 in. It's for you if you want.
Oh.
What you've done to me is criminal.
Phil might have felt ambushed by Daniel, but the next guy, he came at him with a sledgehammer. Enter Brandon Young, a player who didn't just beat Phil, he baited him.
I can't believe Justin isn't just laughing right now. He's doing everything he can to keep it together because he knows.
Oh, and now he min raises.
Yeah.
3,400.
Hellmuth snap calls. River's a 5. 11K in the pot. Hellmuth checks.
Phil had him. He knew it. Ace high, solid line, the board didn't scare him, or at least that's what he thought. He played it clean. Ace high, dry board, no fuss. The kind of hand you win with confidence and composure. He bets, he waits, and across the table, Brandon Young just calls. No hesitation, no Hollywood act, just a quiet call. Phil flips over the ace like it's a formality, the kind of reveal you make when you're certain the pot is yours. But Young, he turns over bottom pair, 10-5. Phil blinks, stares at the cards, then lets out the kind of sigh you only hear from somebody who knew they were right until they weren't. No draw, no trap, just a gut check reminder that confidence isn't the same thing as control. Sometimes Phil yells, this time he sulks, and somehow that hits even harder.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
He does.
It is ridiculous.
I guess, all right.
Four.
Gets paid off. Uh-oh.
Jack for Phil.
That's it.
So get him all set up. He calls you a bottom pair. Gets paid off like this. Oh.
Middle pair.
What the?
He's taking a walk. He's
Is it
out.
on?
He's taking a little walk.
Phil can live with a bad beat, but getting outplayed by amateurs, that's what breaks him. And along comes Adam Levy, a pro with no fear, no filter, and a plan to break the Poker Brat wide open.
On to Adam Levy, Queen 10. He is a very powerful online player. People from all around the world log on to watch the guy they call Ruthless play. The flop with these guys heads up, 9-6 Jack. Pair of eights are still best for Hellmuth. Levy with an up and down straight draw.
Not the best flop for Phil to see.
Levy with the draw.
Yeah, why wouldn't he stick around with that straight draw?
I'll call.
That is an unfortunate card for Phil.
Phil checks. Levy will not slow play his straight. Bets 37,000.
It's a blank on the river, and Hellmuth's got to like his hand.
60,000 from Phil Hellmuth.
Phil had the dream set up. Pocket eights, middle set. The kind of hand that builds stacks and breaks spirits. He slow played it, let the board breathe, let Levy hang himself, or so he thought. Levy was holding Queen 10 offsuit. That's not a hand, it's a prayer. But somehow that prayer landed. The turn, no problem. The river, disaster. It brought the straight. Phil couldn't believe it. Chips were already in. He turned over his set like a man showing a royal flush. And then Levy showed the straight. Phil froze, blinked, then combusted.
Now that raise freezes Phil momentarily. Let's see if he comes back over the top with his set.
Phil just with a call.
Queen 10.
Yeah, Levy with a Queen 10 and the win.
Called a race with a Queen 10. Turn that player.
I think he's from Florida or someplace stupid.
He called a race with Queen 10. How do these players, how are they even still in this tournament?
No.
I mean, it's just so sick. They'd have no concept of
None.
poker.
He's from Florida or someplace stupid. And just like that, the Poker Brat was back, angrier than ever.
Poker Brat pushes with about 20 big blinds left.
He calls to put them both at risk.
God, he called a race with 10 jack-offs. I mean, this is how I go out.
Shung with top two pair, Phil with pocket aces, Jenkins with an up and down straight draw.
Phil picked up pocket aces again, and once again, they betrayed him. Three players saw the flop. Xiong called light with Jack 10. Jenkins was in there with 9-8 of hearts. And Phil, he raised pre-flop like a man holding royalty. The flop landed clean. At least that's what Phil thought. But he gave Xiong a draw and Jenkins middle pair. That turn made things worse. The river, disaster. Jenkins hit two pair. Xiong hit top pair. And Phil hit the roof.
Give me a club is a great card.
The 5 or an ace are Hellmuth's best cards to hit.
Shung could knock out two players here. Is a 7 and Jenkins hits his straight. The river is a tray. Jenkins can hardly believe he'll take the main pot. Shung the side pot. Hellmuth is gone.
Well played. He called $25,000 with 8-9 and 10 jack. 10 jack offsuit called and 8-9 called. And they both beat me. It was unbelievable. Wow. It's just unbelievable.
That wasn't just a beat, it was a mutiny. Pocket aces deserved reverence, and instead, they got mugged.
All in.
Wow, that's over 16,000 more chips, and Phil's right there.
Phil literally couldn't wait to put his money into the pot.
And now our flop with Pittman in trouble. Turn card, 9 of clubs. Ace-king for Phil.
Fresh off a brutal beat, Phil sits down and jams. Ace-king all in. Pittman calls with king-jack. Tilt versus discipline. The flop's clean. The turn's safe. But the river, jack. And just like that, Phil's out. Again.
That is a bad beat as Pittman steals the pot.
This frickin' donkey stuck 15,000 with king jack. I mean, the guy can't even spell poker. I re-raised to let him know what I had. Found a jack for the live one, huh?
Phil said, this guy can't even spell poker. Where else could I get more out of my entertainment dollar?
Come on.
He wasn't outplayed, he was insulted. Beaten by hands he wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole.
He's got a dominating hand against the Poker Brat. Both connect with that flop, pairing their kickers. Phil checks after Rick had checked.
Not a good spot here for Phil, but he saves chips, not betting his pair. And Barabino pretty much beat him into the pot.
He did indeed. Another 10 for Barabino. He checks a third time, hoping Phil's gonna bet, but he doesn't this time.
Phil had ace-10 top pair, top kicker, perfect read, perfect line. And across from him, Barabino holding 2 lonely 5s. Phil fired, Barabino called. The flop, harmless. The turn, nothing changed. But the river, 5 trips. Brutal. Phil saw it, paused, and then imploded.
Jack 10. Give me the money. Call 16,000 when they know I have it.
Let me get 3K. Yeah.
I mean, I guys can't win. They don't have the patience.
This wasn't just bad luck, it was a personal insult, a challenge to the laws of poker physics. Which meltdown hit the hardest? Drop your pick in the comments. And if you want to see what happens when a teenage prodigy goes toe-to-toe with one of poker's loudest legends, tap here to watch Fedor Holes take on Daniel Negreanu.